I'm serious.
Friends, but yet I have not seen you in a long time. You wonder how all that works. But God, you have so many friends. God, the Lord shows me that all the people that you touched in this life and all the people that you deposited yourselves into, it may seem like small things that you've done, but it's been so much more. And even the stature and manner of y'all's union and what you've been through and what you've had to fight through has given you more strength now and has bonded you together like it never has before. Because in the beginning, when it was easier, when there wasn't all the challenges that you've had to deal with in the past, it was a little bit harder to get along sometimes because the little things bug you. Then you start facing some big problems. And it didn't cause you to separate, it caused you to bond closer. Because you fought this thing together. Over and over again, you fought various problems, various situations. Some of it financial, some of it taking risk, sticking your neck out there too far, finding out, oh my word, I'm going to get cut off. And yet, you survived. And God taught you. He's giving you a lot of wisdom. He's giving you a lot of creative abilities. And He's not done yet. You think, oh, I'm too old now to start something new. Don't say that. Never say never. Because God's heard you say that.
Yesterday.
He's going to show you that there's something coming now that you're going to think, this is the biggest risk of all. But you're going to know that you know when you know God's in this. I don't know how it's going to happen. Don't know how it's going to work. Don't know how we're going to get there. But we know we're going to take the first step out and see God do the rest. God says, as long as you take a step, I'll take a step right ahead of you. And the Lord said, I'll keep moving you in that direction until you finally find out this is what we're doing. Now remember this. You're going to start this way, but right about in the middle, God's going to take a side step. Don't miss it. Because when He does, He's going to show you, I led you this far just to take you another direction. Because you wouldn't have gone the direction I really want to take you if I hadn't first lured you in this way. So in other words, He's got another direction He's going to take you that will be even riskier. But in the end, it will all be the very thing that you needed to be able to make the breakthrough that will make all the changes. For all the financial things you've desired, all the losses that you've had will be multiplied and poured back into you. And the Lord said, you're going to see that I'm going to use you to touch the lives of people in a lot of different ways. Because you're going to be a voice of not only encouragement to people who are having problems in their marriage, but you're going to be creatively used by God to help people to be entrepreneurs and break through and take the risk and know when the risk can be made and when it should not be made. What to go by in that feeling. Not by what it feels like, but where did the feeling come from. That's going to be in the portion of the teaching that you will use. There'll be seminars y'all will put together and teach these people all kinds of things. About things they never thought of. You will have things come to you that when you're up there giving this seminar that you never planned for, you never studied for, you never even knew until you stood up there and opened your mouth and God used you as a vessel to speak through. You will go back and listen to some of the teachings you did and you'll think, wow, that's the first time I ever heard this when it came out of my mouth. Never knew that before. No one else did either. But it's all those little nuggets that God will give you along the way that will be evidence to many that you have something that they are looking for. And you will know that you're carrying a treasure within you that God's using to just spread out along the way like a Johnny Appleseed. Man, everywhere you went, you just plant the seed. And behind you just came a forest of good fruit. And the Lord said, people will remember you more and more and more. Not for the things you gave them, but who you are. Because you are very special people. And I don't know if you really know that. But it's been known for years in my life that y'all touch lives like you've never known. You're looked at totally different than you look at yourself in the mirror each day. People really look at you something totally different than you ever thought. You think sometimes you're failures, but you're not. You're the spitting image of what a lot of people would like to be able to do. You've taken risks people would never dare take. And they are commendable of you because you've done so. Because you've done something they would never do. And what you're about to do is something they never would be able to do. Because God only gives this out just every so often. And this just happens to be your century. You're falling in the right place at the right time. For the first time, it seems like. But it's not. All of it's been training for rain for this day. Bless you. Bless you. All right, I'm looking forward to that. I'm good
Windows,
with
Windows,
seminars.
good financial advice.
So what is it that you're about to do? What is this wristband you guys talking about? Can we talk about it?
The Narolics.
There's a lot.
Yeah, really.
Which one?
Yeah, I don't know which one.
Which one? Right.
We're just in a season of change, but we can't seem to,
Grab it.
yeah, what?
But sifting through. Right.
It's like,
Yeah, there's movement, but we're not going anywhere.
there's tons of opportunities and just,
Yeah.
which one do you? Well, I think that's why we are such big risk takers.
Yeah.
Then we have to be careful that we just don't just jump on a risk because it's a risk.
Well, just know the one that God perched in your heart to go.
Whatever's awkward, we're gonna go for it.
Yeah, right. Well, nobody else can do it. We're gonna do it.
So we live in
So
awkward.
how do I know which one it is?
You'll know. 'Cause you'll know. God's given me the faith for this. But know this, that when you go down a ways, all of a sudden God takes that side step. And you're like, whoa, where are we going here?
You said the same thing 20 years ago.
And
So
well, this is different. That's not going to crash your door down. I didn't tell you what it was, did I? But it's all a learning process.
Buried treasure, did you?
But you know, there was something I did see when that word was coming. That, you know, how sometimes people will have gold come upon them, you know, when God's using them. That in this place, God was showing gems, not because of your name, but gems, you know, J, not J, G, yeah, right. Not little gems, I'm not talking about, not normal children, okay? But it's like rocks, you know, that are fine jewelry that nobody has ever seen before, don't even know what it's made from, that God just brings to you in a way that you know that God did it. There's no way that it could just fall into your lap this way. And what you do with it, I don't know, but when it comes, it's just a sign from God and a sign to other people because they too will begin to find them. I've seen, you know, situations where people, you know, open the Bible and there's a feather, a white feather, where did it come from, you know? And it's a sign that goes with these people wherever they go. I've seen people that have gold just falling off of them, you know, because it's a sign, you know.
well, so they're going to follow me around. They're going to follow me around.
But I don't know what God's going to do, but I know that it leads to those seminars. And in those seminars, it's about risk-taking, risk management, risk balancing, knowing when, knowing how to be able to interpret it. And it's more of a spiritual sensing because that's what everybody's dealing with right now. The market is so, you know, so crazy. And it's vulnerable to anything. Nobody knows what to do. You know, what do we put it in? What do we do with it? You know, if nothing's paying on this end, it's secure, everything's risky, there's no, it just vacillates all the time. But there are those things that God will show certain people that will give them the upper hand. And I'm not talking about going into day trading here, okay? Because I don't know exactly what it is, but you got to wait until God shows you. But evidently it's getting close at hand. And when He moves you into it, it will just astound you what God does. Because when the jewels start falling, they come big.
We're buying a diamond.
And remember us.
Here's my card, yeah.
We're buying a diamond.
Awesome.
Bless y'all.
That was worth the wait.